Um, what do you attribute the accomplishment to more, the smoke or the mirrors?
Obviously, that's a tough call. Yeah, we work both quite well. So.
Well, I suppose, talk about the support you've gotten from people like Kenny and your staff and the community. Obviously that's a big part in making this happen, right?
Well, it really begins with Hugh Roberts, and when I first started coaching several years ago, and our club program, and then I was fortunate enough to get Kenny on staff and been consistent all the way through until took a couple years off, and of course now he's back. But then have former players come back and coach with us, and I've been blessed with unbelievably talented players, but not only talented players, but players that will give up somewhat of their own game for the benefit of the team, and that's what's really been nice to see, is how teams have developed. And if anything, I think I've done a pretty good job of building teams and getting us ready for the stretch run in the tournament.
Yeah, when you think about like the conference win streak and some of the accomplishments you had, obviously, when you start, you don't set out thinking that those things are going to happen. What do you, kind of attribute it to in terms of approach, game by game?
Well, I was not very smart when I started, I'll tell you that. And I thought a lot of it was X's and O's, and I could outsmart people that way, and that's not the way it's done. It's working with people and getting them to buy into what we want to do. But I think we've been consistent on our defensive principles, and we try to be fundamentally sound on defense, be unselfish on offense. It doesn't matter what you run as long as you execute. It was tough the first few years getting kids to buy in, and we finally, probably 93, 94, that team kind of came out of nowhere to go 24-2, and probably should have won the state championship. They lost in the semifinals in Cassville. Very tough loss, and at that point I thought, well, I had a shot at a state tournament, state championship, and that was a thrill. I never figured I'd get another chance, let alone so many chances.
With this year's group, talk about how you think they kind of feed a little more off some of the full court pressure and trapping that you've done a little more of maybe with teams in the past?
Well, it was interesting. Tonight I thought it helped us, got us going a little bit and got some easy baskets. And then at halftime they talked more about getting more to a half-court man-to-man defense, and they thought that would work a little better. So, but yeah, I think we have some personnel, and I think it flows nicely into our 2-3 zone, which is not just sit there zone. It's we're getting the passing lanes and put a little more pressure, make it a little more difficult, and it's and we still go man to man when we miss. So I think it's a good mixture, and it's been, I think, working out pretty well.